Hey everybody, you can catch Dog Talk on KSBI every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and sometimes you can even catch me on there with host Pat Becker. She's here to tell us how to handle lost dog situations. Tell you what, this happens so often. It breaks my heart whenever I see those signs and flyers up.
It is one of the most heartbreaking issues in the whole dog thing. To lose a dog, most people, dogs escape from the yard or someone will let them out, or you're going to visit. All of these things are accidents. So it's hard to blame yourself, but everybody does. And when it's something that you cannot control, you know, you don't need to be upset about that. But the first thing to do, if you do lose a dog, is to have a poster made. And the best kind of poster is one that is not terribly filled with a lot of text. You need the name of the dog, the telephone number where you can find out where the dog is from and call, and if you find this dog, immediately. Now take all of these flyers that you can make and put them everywhere. All within a 5-mile radius is what they say of where the dog is missing. The thing to do too is to go on social media. Now there was something in the newspaper recently about dissuading people from doing social media with lost dogs and things, but that, as far as I'm concerned, is erroneous. Absolutely use social media, because that's the best way to get the word out.
And also have a great picture of the dog recently.
A great picture that describes the dog. Emotional responses, you know, can kind of trigger an inability to cope. So you don't know what to do exactly. So this is really sage advice. There are some complicated issues, though. The little flyer that I have over here, the poster, is for a dog named Ravi. Now this is a story that does not have a real happy ending, and it happens a lot. There was a dog named Maddox that was recently, within the last 2 or 3 years, lost. They never found this dog. We think the dog was taken into a home. We hope this is the way, so that there will be a happy ending, but sometimes it isn't. This dog, Ravi, was lost and then adopted by an elderly woman. The elderly woman passed away, and her family took the dog. This woman who originally owned the dog wants this dog back. So it's a kind of a complicated issue. Now the good stories, there was a story that was similar with Lori Whitten, who had a dog named Speedy. And Speedy was a Chihuahua, and she lost the dog. The dog got out and was adopted in another town, for goodness sakes. So the dog then was surrendered, and another person had the dog, and the dog escaped again. Found in down at OU, turned into the Norman Animal Shelter. There was a microchip.
There you go. You have to have the dog's chips.
Big thing. This little dog, Ravi, did not have, or does not have, a microchip. Now, in our state, ownership is what you call one of these animals, because you actually own it. It is considered an item, you see, not the animal that we would like to, you know, believe.
Right.
So there is no sensitivity there. So it's in the eye of the beholder. This dog, who is with the people who have it now, would be assumed to be the owners. So that's unfortunate. But there have been so many. Within this last year, we have at least 200 dogs that have been missing. A dog from Texas came in. They finally found the dog, which was lost in Midwest City, in Yukon.
Interesting.
So you have to, you have to be aware of those things. And it's a complex issue, because the dog, when it gets out, you are totally unaware of somebody maybe picking it up. You know, so to those people who do find a dog, for goodness sakes, take the dog in. If it has a microchip, take it to your vet, let them find out. If it has a collar with a tag, call the number on that tag. Generally, it is a veterinarian, so the veterinarian will have some kind of record on this dog. Now, a lot of times, microchips, if they're not registered, will not work. And a lot of times, if you leave the state with your dog, and it is microchipped in a certain state, you have to transfer it. You see, your address changes. So these people who have the microchip organizations have to know that. So it is complex. But one of the saddest issues, you know, it's horrific to go through. But some of these people, and I will say that Cornell University has done some research on the emotional side of it with people. And if the dog is missing for 4 years or more, it's very important to go to someone to talk to them. A psychiatrist, a psychologist, someone of that sort. would be good to talk with someone who has lost a dog and has not been returned to. Eventually, you have to concede that this dog may not be coming home.
Right.
That's difficult for people, Abby, to do, because they are in total denial. This dog is out there someplace. I know it's out there. People have told me that they have consulted with people who have this kind of psychic ability. That doesn't work out tremendously well.
Right.
I had someone call me to ask me if I could find someone to fund a dog detective from New York to come down to Oklahoma.
A dog detective?
A dog detective.
If this doesn't work out, that's what I'm doing, folks.
Well, I will tell you, a lot of times that doesn't work. Some of these are scams.
Yeah.
You see, there's also a scam where the dog is taken or found. The people will call and say, I think I've found your dog, but I have spent hundreds of dollars on taking care of this dog. I would like to be, reimbursed.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, you got to watch out for that.
Yeah,
sure.
and that is a scam. Or if you offer a reward, sometimes, that can be this person right here, Joey Jones, has offered a reward. Sometimes that can be dangerous. Sometimes it can be helpful. I always say, if you want to try to get out there and still hunt for this dog, go to your shelter and set up a little booth. A lot of times Walmart will let you set up a booth with a lost dog and say, you offer a little treat or something and say, help us out. Okay, Pat, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Everybody, be sure to tune in to Dog Talk Saturday mornings. And now we're going to send it over to Drew because he is talking about a new summer festival in New Orleans this weekend.